At the same time that Khrushchev is in power, and one of the guys that Khrushchev helps is Castro. Just so we're clear, make sure you remember Castro's in Cuba. Now, the same time that Stalin and later Khrushchev are in control, who's in control in China? Mao Zedong.
Didn't you put the track in another thing?
He's not communist.
I mean, like to another bubble.
Yeah, well, wait, nope. You. Okay, so there we go. So we got some connections going on here. We should also mention, trying to think, who else? Any other communists that I need to worry about? I guess technically speaking, after Khrushchev, there's also Alexander Dubček, who's also a communist, right?
Yeah.
Not that important, but okay. Now, U.S. leaders. We've got Truman, Ike, JFK, LBJ. And I guess we can also put Nixon, and that's good because we don't have a lot of space. So let's talk about regions. In Asia,
China.
Which, by the way, what would we put off of China? What happens there?
Taiwan.
Yes, we have, right, so we have Taiwan coming off of China. We also have,
North and South Korea.
we'll put Koreas, plural. And what should we do with this? What should we do with the Koreas?
Korean War.
North and south.
What connection needs to be made here?
38th parallel, I guess.
Manchuria and
U.S. will definitely be involved in this, but before we get to the U.S., we also have to make what other connection? Think MacArthur.
Manchuria and the border with the atomic bomb.
Why?
Because MacArthur was pushing him back to North Korea, and he thought, let's just keep going to China.
And the Chinese got freaked out and did what?
Defended.
They made a wall with all their soldiers to
They
run.
sent 1 million troops to the border, so that's why those two are connected. Other ones in Asia.
Vietnam.
Okay, let's do, then it'll allow us to spin out a little farther. Let's do Indochina, and from there, Vietnam, Cambodia,
Laos.
and Laos. Now, what president can we connect to all of those? Nixon. Okay, so, Nixon we can connect to all of those. We'll come back and do Eastern Europe. What are some places in Eastern Europe?
Czechoslovakia.
We'll just put Czech. What else? Poland.
Yugoslavia.
Yugoslavia, but let's be honest, would there be any connections other than the Marshall Plan? No.
Hungary. Austria.
Hungary?
Austria.
I'm going to put Turkey in a separate one, and I'll explain why. So we've got Czech, Poland, Hungary, any other ones?
USSR.
The Soviet Union.
Let's put that one, that's the big one, right?
Probably pretty important.
Besides the USSR, you're missing one. You should be thinking about this.
Greece. Germany.
East Germany.
East Germany.
Couldn't you connect Stalin with USSR?
Stalin. We will. All right. Now, we've got Stalin connected. We've got Castro connected. Over here, I think we're good. Can we think of any other ones? That's good. We've got 3 examples plus 2 more just as a just in case.
You can do Mao.
Now, hold on, please. Latin America. What are the ones we can mention for Latin America?
Cuba and Guatemala.
Guatemala and Cuba.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Okay, now. Well, we need the Middle East, you're right, thank you. So for Castro. Okay, now you see how these are all getting connected. This is going to be a crazy freaking web. It's going to be all connected because all of this stuff is related to us in some capacity. Last region, Middle East. And I'm going to put Turkey there just because that's a good place to put it and it bridges both. Turkey, what are 2 other places?
Egypt, West Germany.
Iran.
You got Egypt.
Israel.
We have Iran. You're welcome, Waleed.
Iran.
Never mispronounced that, have I?
No way.
Thank you. All right. Because I'm not from America either. Okay? So we've got Turkey, Egypt, and Iran. What else?
West Germany.
If you're doing Egypt, you have to mention one other one. Israel. Okay. Now. Okay. Now, let's start making some connections with U.S. presidents with these places. Let's do Nixon, we've got in green. Can Nixon go with any other one? I don't think he can. Okay? So, going with blue, we'll start with the beginning. Truman. Which places on here can we draw a line connecting Truman to?
All of
Eastern Europe.
Okay, so,
You could do it around.
okay, so, okay, he's connected to Czechoslovakia. He's connected, because why? Why is he connected to Czechoslovakia?
Because that's what started the Marshall
Because that's what got the Marshall Plan passed, the invasion of Czechoslovakia. If we're not sure about that, maybe we should put that on here, right? We've already done this, so I'm not actually, I mean, you know it, Prague Spring in '68, and the '47 invasion by USSR. Okay? So the one we're talking about would be that one, okay? What can we do any other ones here for him? Yes, there is. What else? Where else can we connect? We can connect him to Vietnam, absolutely. Where'd Vietnam go? Oh, way the heck over. Okay, so he's connected to Vietnam as well. I think there's one more that you're missing. A fairly big one.
East Germany?
How?
Because of the German airlift, or Berlin airlift?
The Berlin airlifts, absolutely. So he needs to be connected to East Germany as well, because of the airlifts. We'll put that on here. Airlifts and walls. We've got Truman. How about we go to Eisenhower, and we'll use purple, because Ike was very gay-friendly, and I am just joking. He was not. Okay, Eisenhower. Where can we connect? First off, we know we can connect Eisenhower to what? Vietnam, because they all have some connection to Vietnam. Okay? Then, specifically, we can send it right to the Middle East, just all of them. Where does the Middle East go? Okay, there it is. Okay? Remember, by the way, how can we do it for Ike? Why are we able to connect him right to the Middle East? That's right, Ike Doc. Okay? The Eisenhower Doctrine is dealt specifically with the Middle East. Okay, other ones. By the way, who is Eisenhower's chief adversary? Who's the guy that he was going toe-to-toe with?
Like foreign or domestic?
Khrushchev?
Khrushchev. So let's connect him to Khrushchev. Alright, anything else for Eisenhower? There should be a couple other things that Eisenhower was a part of. Or Eisenhower was president when these things were going down. Prague Spring is 68.
Egypt.
That's in the Middle East. We don't need to worry about the Middle East because we've already done this to, where'd it go? Where'd the Middle East? Oh, here.
During the Suez Canal thing.
That's the Middle East. So it's where in Latin America? We gotta be specific. Guatemala. Okay, so Ike goes to Guatemala all the way over. Okay? Okay? All of these things end up being connected. Alright? Now, there's at least two more. There's at least two more. Why is Ike connected to Guatemala?
Because he sent,
Because he ordered the CIA.
He ordered the CIA to overthrow their government. There's two other places that you should mention. We've mentioned the Middle East. Why the USSR? Think. No?
Eisenhower document was in response to this.
What? Yeah, but there's something that he's more closely connected to the USSR itself. What happens under his presidency that is that deals specifically with just those two countries?
Geneva.
Where's Aishwarya?
Wait, I totally.
Aishwarya, what did you and I talk about earlier today? I was sitting over there.
Francis Gary Powers.
Francis Gary Powers.
U2 incident.
There you go.
Right,
See?
I knew that.
And you think I never listened to you? Okay, so this is the U2 incident. Okay? Now, anything else that we can think of for, oh, there's one more.
Korea.
Nope. He ends the war in Korea. Okay? So I don't think we need to wait. He just basically says, okay, we quit. We're pulling out. But there's another one. It is Hungary. What happened in Hungary? Okay? Eisenhower's the guy who sends what to Hungary? They ask for military aid.
Money.
He sends money and medical aid. Yeah. Okay? Now, and technically speaking, you could make a connection between him and Cuba because he's the president when Fidel Castro takes over in Cuba in 1959. Okay? But don't worry about that one. Let's move on to JFK.